For somebody who is considering whether they should be involved this year or not, I would say that it is a hugely rewarding night. It isn't until you come out, talk to others, find out why others are doing it, but also seeing what happens during the night, walking up and down Shop Street, walking around other parts, you really see the challenges facing people, and I really got to experience it from two perspectives. The first night was a really warm, dry night. The second time was a really wet, cold night. And on those wet, cold nights you really understand as to what people have to face. Well, the atmosphere on the night is superb, but it's amazing the way it changes as you start at 6 p.m. and move through the night. When you're on the street here between 6 and 10, in the evening there's loads of people around. Everyone is hugely supportive. The people of Galway are so generous when it comes to COPE. Rightly so. But then it starts from 10 until 12. It's getting a bit quieter. But it isn't until you hit, the 2 to 4 to 5 a.m. time slots. That is when you really experience the atmosphere that unfortunately the homeless experience. And you really feel the eeriness of the empty streets. And that is rewarding. So I suppose when I was running my funding campaign, I probably learned after the first time. It is difficult. At the start, I think sometimes you feel it hard to go and ask people. But I really found that once I told people it was COPE, people became much more generous. I learned that to use LinkedIn, to use other online forums. That was how I really managed to raise the funds the last time. It's amazing what you actually take away from these type of events. I think I came away really learning more about what COPE actually does. I also came away realising and having experienced, now not to the same extent at all, but the challenges that homeless people have around town, and it makes you look at them in a different light. I'd say the hardest part of the night was last year when it was raining between about 3 and 6 a.m. And as I said, that is when town is really, really quiet. So you're just sitting here in the rain. And again, I was fortunate. I had a warm jacket. We all had good sleeping bags, stuff like that. But that was the hardest bit. I think the highlight is the friendship within the group that are actually doing the actual sleep out. Ever since you actually pass them in town, you always stop, you actually have a chat, and it actually bonds you.